So I just showed briefly the files that constitute the RAG database. So CRM entities and attributes with market attributes embedded, and NodeWeb DSL VNF grammar. We're going to let NodeWeb DSL NodeWeb Type agent use this specific marker data in its responses so that we see that it actually uses RAG and not just pulls anything from the internet or the data has been trained on. So now I'm going to enable this configuration. And once I enable it, you would see that the NodeWeb test account would become available. So right now it's away, it's offline. And once I click enabled, it becomes available. See, it's still offline. Now it should become available as NodeWeb Type agent outer process connects to the session. See, NodeWeb test account and just became online. So here, NodeWeb has just responded with the basic skills it can offer via MS Teams. Right now, I'm going to ask NodeWeb to explain its NodeWeb DSL grammar, so main constructs that can be used in cloud solution blueprints. If you remember the file that we looked at in the very beginning of this demo, that's basically the main constructs that it supports: Virtual Private Cloud, container services, Kubernetes services, app services, queues, load balancers, and so forth. That is basically what we see in this file. That's a proprietary language. It's not. It hasn't been documented in many other internet sources. So now I'm going to tell NodeWeb to call me back. So that we could continue the conversation and discuss the test cloud solution requirements and have them captured as a NodeWeb DSL blueprint code, and then have it generated and deployed to AWS account. Times are about 72. I would be going on mute and off mute.
Hello, I'm the NodeWeb Type Agent avatar, NodeWeb for short.
So now I'm going to start discussing the requirements. Usually it would be a few parties discussing. In this case, I will just myself. Would probably invite more colleagues for subsequent videos. Let's discuss requirements for a project management tool. It should be used for customer relationship management projects in sales and support. It should be possible to track project name, description, responsible. For tasks, it should be possible to manage task ID, name, description, responsible, and status. Cloud solution should also manage CRM entities: account, product, contact, lead, opportunity, case, campaign, and quote. Please look up those CRM entity attributes in attached file. Frontend should be implemented in Angular and support create, read, update, delete operations for all of the entities. Backend should be implemented as a Kubernetes service. It should run in AWS EKS and provide a REST API for create, read, update of each of the service entities. Frontend should support new user registration and login authentication, should be implemented with AWS Cognito user pools. So these were all of the cloud solution requirements that we expect to find in the implemented solution. Now I'm going to tell it to summarize the whole conversation to a new web node, and then we'll proceed with inspecting the generated blueprint and then with deployment to AWS account. Avatar, please summarize this conversation to MS Teams screencast solution web node. Please ignore parts unrelated to cloud solution requirements. Go Avatar. Avatar, please summarize this conversation to MS Teams screencast solution pipe.
Conversation outlines the requirements for a cloud-based customer relationship management (CRM) and project management tool designed for sales and support projects.
I can also
The key requirements include
response from
1.
Node
CRM and project management features. Ability to track projects with attributes such as name, description, and responsible personnel. Management of tasks with details like task ID, name, description, responsible personnel, and status. CRM functionalities to manage entities such as account, product, contact, lead, opportunity, case, campaign, and quote. Attributes for these entities are to be determined from an attached file. 2. Technical specifications. The front end should be developed using Angular, supporting CRUD, create, read, update, delete, operations for all entities. The back end should be implemented as a Kubernetes service, running in AWS Elastic Kubernetes Service, EKS, and provide a REST API for CRUD operations for each of the service entities. New user registration and login functionality should be included, with authentication managed by AWS Cognito user pools. This summary encapsulates the core functionalities and technical requirements for the development and deployment of the CRM and project management tool within the AWS cloud environment, leveraging services such as AWS EKS and AWS Cognito for backend operations and authentication, respectively.
Avatar, please summarize this conversation to MS Teams screencast solution web node. Go Avatar. So here I got the response.
The conversation revolves around the capabilities and requirements related to the Note Web Type agent, an advanced AI designed for operation within the AWS ecosystem and tailored for a personal content management system called Note Web. Key points include 1. Capabilities of Note Web Type agent. Expertise in AWS solutions architecture, offering guidance on services, best practices, and architectural recommendations. Content management within the Note web system, including documents, notes, and digital content. Integration with AWS Chime for real-time communication in chat rooms and online meetings through a chatbot and a fully rendered avatar, respectively. Provision of public domain information and assistance with a wide range of inquiries. 2. Note Web DSL BNF grammar. A set of rules for a domain-specific language, DSL, related to cloud computing and web services, including syntax for defining users, resources like buckets, VPCs, container services, Kubernetes services, app services, queues, load balancers, and control flow structures. 3. CRM and project management tool requirements. Features for tracking projects and managing tasks, CRM functionalities to manage various entities, account, product,
Otherwise, it
contact,
corresponds to the
etc.,
original
with
text
attributes
in
to be
the diagram.
defined. Technical specifications include development using Angular for the front end, a Kubernetes service running in AWS Elastic Kubernetes Service, EKS, for the back end, and AWS Cognito for authentication. You can access produced problem domain solution web node at https://noteamweb.com/notespf/?? Node it equals 4439.
That's the link corresponds to the one that's been created, to the web node that's been created. Okay, at this stage, we are ready to proceed with generating of Node Web DSL blueprint for the just discussed and formulated cloud solution. Obviously, as we edit it without the part of BNF grammar and uh, yeah, the list of CRM entities that we discussed, that we got in the chat responses yesterday. Avatar, please generate and save code from MS Teams screencast solution web node. Oh, Avatar,